Welcome, this is Dirt Bike Channel. Today we're going to be talking about how much these 2022 Hondas weigh. I've got the 250 and the 450. Stick around. So I've had the 450 for, I don't know, like a month or so, and I just picked up the 250 version today. I've been riding the 450, now I'm going to have the 250, and I just weighed this bike with full of fuel, no aftermarket parts on it, you know, full of coolant and fuel, oil. I did the same thing with the 450. Right now I've got a couple of extra things on the 450. I added a skid plate, some frame guards, and that's pretty much, a rear disc guard. But I weighed this bike before I did any of that stuff. And so without further ado, I'm going to show you how much these bikes weigh. So on my scale, which I've got, I don't know even how many I've got on my website now. So the 250 here, the 2022 Honda CRF250RX weighed in at 239 pounds, okay? I'll put down how much that is in kilograms. I'm gonna come back to that because I think this is pretty significant. The 450, on my scale, it actually came in 10 pounds heavier. It was 249 pounds. Again, I'll put that down, what it is in kilograms right here. So the 450 was, according to my scale, exactly 10 pounds heavier than the 250. Now I need to give Honda some credit here because on the website, Honda lists the bike actually is, Honda lists the 450 version as actually 251 pounds. So they over told us how much it weighs. And then on the 250 version, they say on their website 238 pounds. I mean, maybe some of this is within like where the scale is rounding to, but Honda is actually giving us some really, really accurate weights on their website. So I just wanted to give them props for that. That was really cool. So you've got 10 pounds difference between the 250 and the 450. Now, my experience in the past is that the bikes feel like a 250 feels even lighter than that when you go ride it. And I'm gonna find that out over the next couple of months. I'm really excited to do that. I am obligated to say, I'm gonna come all the way up to the camera. I'm obligated to say, look, it's now my lighting is bad. I'm obligated to say that weight on the trail does not weight on the scale does not totally equate to weight on the trail. Sometimes bikes that are heavier on the scale feel lighter on the trail. And I've been really impressed with how light the 450RX feels. It's been really, really good. So I'm even more excited, or I'm as excited to then compare the 250 version of this bike. Now, here's something else I wanted to call out, because I think this is pretty important. I was just looking through my website, just kind of looking around. This bike, I think according to how I've weighed them, this Honda, the 2022 Honda CRF250RX is 6 pounds lighter than my 2022 YZ250FX, and that was an incredible feeling bike. This is 6 pounds lighter. Now, it doesn't have as good of a transmission because this only has a 5-speed transmission, and the YZ250FX has a 6-speed transmission, and it has some additional like Wi-Fi mapping and stuff, but 6 pounds lighter is a big deal. This bike actually, you know how we used to say 2 strokes are always lighter than 4 strokes? Not anymore. I mean, I know we're not exactly talking apples to apples, but my 2021, I believe it is, KTM 300 XEW, this is actually 2.5 pounds lighter than that. Let me just say that again. This 4-stroke now in stock form is lighter than my 300 XEW. Now, the XEW has a couple of things like headlight and some additional things like a tail light and all this stuff, but still, it's right in there. These freaking 4-strokes are getting very light. Okay, I've got a gas sitting outside. This 250 is 7 pounds lighter than my 2022 gas EC300. 7 pounds. 7 pounds. Now, it's got the headlight and some of those things too, but this also has a kickstand. The motocross versions of these bikes are lighter because these have much larger, they have larger fuel tanks. They both have 2.1 gallon fuel tanks on both these bikes. Here's one that kind of blows my mind. So I had a 2020 Sherco 300 SEF. Man, 2020 Sherco 300 SEF. Really love that bike. This bike is 14 pounds lighter. 14 pounds lighter than the Sherco. That's a crazy amount. And it basically weighs the same as my 2020, I think it was the 2020 KTM 250 XC. I am such a moron. On both my 2021, I did that. My 2021 and my 2022 KTM 250 XC, I think I put parts on them before I took pictures of them. I don't have them up on my website. I got to dig through my phone and see I have pictures of the 21 and the 22 250XC. But that's what I did today. I came home right after I got the bike. I came home and boom, put full of fuel and then put it up on the scale so that I could get the actual weight of this bike before I put tubeless on it, or I put a skid plate on it, or I start changing the weight of the thing. So that's pretty cool. So props to Honda for giving us some really, really accurate weights. And I'm super excited. I don't know if you can tell. I'm actually really giddy to be able to get out and get on these bikes. There's been something about the way that this 450 has felt to me that is kind of reinvigorating something back in me on the 4-strokes. It's fun. It's been really fun. Now, granted, I haven't taken it in hard enduro or soft enduro places because I know it's not going to fare well there. But I've been doing, it's winter time in Utah, so I've been doing faster desert stuff, and it's been a blast. And this one, I'm betting this thing is going to corner like a dream, and I want to get it into some of the, more flowing single track where it's a little bit tighter, where you're doing some more cornering, this one, and just kind of see how they are. This is 10 pounds lighter, and I think it's going to feel, my gut feeling is it's going to feel like 20 pounds lighter when you're out there riding it. So pretty stoked on that. The next couple of weeks, I've actually already got the skid plate, the full skid plate under here that protects my linkage. I will order the rear disc guard for that. And then whatever else I've done on this, I'm going to get the Achereby's engine case covers if I can. And then these Achereby's frame covers here so that the bikes are set up the exact same. I'm going to change my grips and put some lock-on grips on these things so it's exactly the same. Make sure my forks are in the same position. Make sure my clickers are in the same position. Set the sag the same, and then we're going to see what's what. And I am very, very excited about this. If you want to support Dirt Bike Channel, use my links to Rocky Mountain ATV. There's a link right down here in the video description. Anytime you're buying parts or tools or tires or gear or whatever, use my links to Rocky Mountain ATV. It would really, really help me out. These will be sweepstakes bikes. Now, they will be sweepstakes bikes probably in June of 2022. If you're watching this, I'm going to be starting a sweepstakes March 1st, and it will be for the Gas EC300 that is outside and my son's 2018 KTM 65 SX. So giving away a big bike and a kid's bike. I don't know why I'm clapping in here. Giving away the two bikes there for March. It's just going to go for 30 days. So stay tuned for that. So that's what is going on in my neck of the woods. Just a basic weight video for you here. I try to do it on most of the bikes, and sometimes I forget, and I don't get it. But yeah, so I'm going through. Oh, you know what? This bike has the 250 version of this bike is a cable clutch. It's not a hydraulic clutch, so that they might have been able to shave some of the weight there. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'm especially interested to see that this was, 6 pounds lighter than the Yamaha? I would not have expected that, not at all. But yeah, pretty cool. They're getting these bikes light. I keep grabbing these pipes right here right before, because they haven't been started for like an hour. I keep grabbing these pipes and thinking that's probably a bad idea because I'm gonna melt my hands off, but I'm safe. This is not a good idea to be grabbing 4-stroke pipes. You grab 4-stroke pipes, you're going to get burned to smithereens. Anyway, okay, that's what I have for you. Until next time, leave a single track. Thanks.